No. You guys, you guys, there's no wick. Wait, producer Kylie, there's no wick, right? Am I crazy? Where's the thing that I light?
There's no wick again. No way to light this thing.
To me about your candle.
Oh, yes. I really wanted to bring this to the people. So I have a listener who has a family member that was working at Netflix for many, many years and just left. And I was gifted this gorgeous, as ever. There's no wick. Is that normal?
Are you serious?
Is that the thing?
There's
no wick.
I've had 2 people tell me that there was no wick when they ordered a candle.
There's literally no wick.
Are you kidding?
There's just one big problem with these fancy candles, and it's impossible to overlook. They don't have a wick, not a single one. This isn't some prank or a rare mix-up at the factory. This keeps happening again and again. People all over the country are unboxing these pricey candles only to realize they can't even light them. When they reach out to customer service for a refund, they get hit with total silence. No replies, no refunds, no answers at all. And now, the whole situation has blown up into another major controversy tied to Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand. But this time, it's not just about bad press. There might actually be serious legal trouble on the horizon. Things start looking real strange when you dig a little deeper into what's going on. It all started when a few frustrated buyers went online posting pictures of their wickless candles. At first, people brushed it off. Some thought it was a joke. Others figured it was a random factory glitch or someone trying to stir up drama for views. But soon, more and more posts started showing up. Then even more after that. Before long, everyone realized this wasn't some isolated issue. It was happening to tons of customers. This isn't about one defective candle sneaking through quality control. This looks like a full-on pattern of faulty products being sold at full price. And that's where things start to feel sketchy.
Oprah loves the marmalade so much. It's a favorite of hers that came across totally organically.
But here's the detail that really makes people stop and think. On the bottom of the candle, there's printed text that reads, "Always trim wick to 1/4 inch." That single line changes everything. It proves these candles are supposed to have wicks. It's not some wick-free design for decor or wax warmers. Something doesn't add up here, and people are demanding answers. These are supposed to be regular candles. Light them with a match. Enjoy the scent, right? Except there's one tiny problem. There's nothing to light. Some buyers say their candles came with a perfect little hole right in the center. The wick was meant to be there but just never got added. Just an empty tunnel running into the wax. Others weren't even that lucky. Their candles were completely solid all the way through. No hole, no wick, no chance of lighting anything. Just a plain expensive block of wax sitting there doing nothing. And don't forget, these aren't cheap candles you'd find in the discount aisle. They're marketed as luxury items, premium home decor meant to scream sophistication. The kind of candle you show off on your coffee table, not one that makes you wonder if it's even real. That's exactly what makes this whole mess sting even more. Now let's talk price, because this part really hits hard. Each candle costs a jaw-dropping $64. $64 for one candle.
There's nothing to light on the candle. This is like Meghan Markle's career. Failure to launch. Oh my God. Wait, this is not a joke. I ordered Meghan Markle's candle. There's nothing to light. I literally want a refund. Meghan Markle, send me a frickin' refund. So I paid. How much did I pay for this?
Sure, luxury candles exist, and yes, there's a market for high-end home fragrance. But when people drop that kind of cash, they expect something that works. They expect craftsmanship, quality, and attention to detail. What they don't expect is a candle that literally can't burn for $64. You could buy multiple Bath & Body Works candles for that price, and they'd actually light. You could walk into Home Goods or TJ Maxx and grab a handful of beautiful, great-smelling candles that work perfectly. Even a Yankee candle would fill your space with fragrance and still leave you with change to spare. Buyers trusted Meghan Markle's brand. They believed the hype, the marketing, the image of elegance and exclusivity.
It's just confusing because you told me that over text. We're gonna try this, and I was like, "What?"
You're trying Megan's as if she. I wonder if she actually. Do you think she actually put the sticker on? You think she like put poison in this because she knew it was mine?
I think she made her kids help.
Do you think she saw Andy and was like, "Oh crap, this is Popcorn Planet. I gotta."
I'm nervous.
Yeah, no, did she poison it?
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Look at all this. Look at all this wrapped stuff, guys. All right. Well,
That's fancy.
She took the strawberry jam already out so she could do the test. But this is how it comes. I'm doing a fair unboxing. We're going to be fair, Meghan. This is the raspberry spread. Okay, look at that. And then we got over here, as you're seeing, I'm opening. We got the kind of annoying, but yeah, there we go. This is the
protection.
This is the apricot spread or the orange marmalade, like Paddington likes. And then I got a special. You ready for this special?
Yeah.
You know what I got?
But after spending that kind of money, what they got instead left them all wondering the same thing. How does a luxury candle not even have a wick? So what are buyers actually ending up with? A super expensive paperweight, and somehow it gets even more ridiculous. These candles are being sold as having a California poppy scent with a few extra luxury notes thrown in. Sounds fancy, right? But here's the kicker. California poppies barely have any scent at all. People who actually live in California, surrounded by real poppies, have been quick to call this out. The so-called signature scent of this high-end candle doesn't even smell like anything in real life. So even if the candle came with a wick, you'd still be burning $64 worth of wax scented after a flower that basically has no fragrance. That alone makes people raise an eyebrow. But things go from frustrating to downright sketchy real quick. Once buyers realized their candles were defective, they did exactly what anyone would do. They reached out to customer service, filed complaints through the official website, asked for replacements, and requested refunds. They followed all the proper steps, expecting at least a response. But what happened next? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. According to multiple reports, the brand's customer service might as well not exist. It's practically silent. Some customers say they got generic robotic emails that didn't solve anything. Others claim they were completely ignored. Refund requests denied or just left hanging. And get this, apparently the website has a strict no refund policy. So if you spent $64 on a candle that showed up missing the one thing that actually makes it a candle, that's your problem. No refund, no replacement, just tough luck.
Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, purchased a candle from a person he dislikes and received a candle without a wick in it.
You had one job. Put the wick in the candle. We're not selling candles at Walmart. This is a luxury lifestyle brand.
When you step back and think about it, that's wild. Any legit business faced with a clear manufacturing issue that's hitting multiple customers would be scrambling to fix it. They'd issue refunds, send replacements, and offer apologies left and right, but instead buyers are left empty-handed with nothing but an overpriced, scentless chunk of wax and a whole lot of frustration. That's basic customer service. It's how any real brand protects its reputation and keeps customer trust alive. Instead, people are stuck holding useless wax cylinders with zero options for help.
Also, some desperate moves to sell as ever, and reviews coming in as apparently she's selling a candle without a...
Will it actually include the packaging? Because I'm hearing rumblings that another candle went out without a wick. Again, you have one job. What's going on with that?
One frustrated buyer even documented their entire attempt to get assistance, and it's honestly hard to believe. They went through the official website, clicked that their item arrived damaged, and explained the missing wick issue in full detail. The response? A basic form asking for their order number, and after that, nothing. No solution, no follow-up, no care at all. When you sell so-called luxury products at luxury prices, customer service isn't a bonus, it's a must. Ignoring real complaints doesn't just make people mad, it wrecks the brand's image. And when a company fails its customers this badly, that kind of damage always circles back. Now here's where things get downright shocking. A recent story surfaced about a Netflix employee who was leaving the company, and as part of their exit, they were handed what was literally described as a trash bag full of leftover promotional junk. Random swag, old merch, stuff the company just wanted to get rid of. And buried inside that bag, products from Meghan Markle's brand, including one of these infamous candles. Let that sink in for a second. Netflix, a major partner tied directly to Meghan Markle, was giving away these candles as throwaway items. Not premium gifts, not luxury keepsakes, just leftover junk to clear out. That tiny detail speaks louder than any glossy marketing campaign ever could. And here's the kicker that makes this whole thing sting even more. The candle inside that Netflix swag bag. It was wickless too. Yep, the same problem customers have been complaining about.
Meghan Markle always says she's known as the smart one and that her whole identity is wrapped up in being smart. We're still waiting to see that. Where's that smart identity? Like, was it smart to leave the royal family to go sell jams, jellies, dog biscuits, and wickless candles? Like, you could be royalty right now.
That means Netflix had these defective candles sitting around, clearly realized they weren't worth keeping, and decided to toss them in with other unwanted freebies for employees heading out the door. It's a bad look all around, and it says everything about how far this luxury product has fallen. That's the level of value they gave to the as-ever merchandise. No polish, no care, just junk they wanted gone. And this all went down after Netflix officially cut ties with Love, Meghan following its disastrous performance. Reports say the show ranked somewhere past number 1,200 on Netflix's charts. It wasn't just low, it was practically invisible. It even got outperformed by Downton Abbey reruns that are over a decade old. And if that's not bad enough, it was beaten by random kids' cartoons that didn't even have marketing behind them. Netflix clearly wanted to distance itself from that project, and judging by their actions, they wanted it fast. When a huge streaming giant is quietly tossing your branded products into goodbye bags for ex-employees, it's a clear message. They're done. They weren't treating these items as premium products. They weren't treating them as collectible gifts. They were just clearing out space. But here's where things start to really not make sense. Meghan Markle has always described herself as someone obsessed with perfection. She said she's deeply involved in every corner of her brand. She's built this image of a hands-on entrepreneur who oversees every detail personally. She even bragged about having a freaky eye for detail, her exact words. So if that's true, how on earth are candles being shipped without wicks? Not once, not twice, but over and over again to different customers in different places. That doesn't just sound like a mistake. It sounds like a complete breakdown in quality control. And that raises some big questions.
This candle, right? This as ever scented candle. And we're in the United Kingdom, so it didn't arrive until after to the United Kingdom. And I saw this and I thought, enjoy. Well, of course I'm not going to enjoy. This is terrible, Alan. And I wasn't even going to mention it because it's like, I don't want people to think that I'm putting money into her pockets and all of that. But of course I was intrigued to look at the candle and look at the box. And I known full well what happened with Link Lauren, my friend Link, when he received his as ever order. Of course, I assumed I'd sorted it out. So you are not going to believe what happened when I opened the box, when I got back. There's no wick again. No way to light this thing. Seriously, look.
If she's really as involved as she claims, how did something this obvious slip past her? Either she's not actually part of the process, which would make all those claims about being hands-on totally false, or she really is involved, but somehow missed the fact that her $64 luxury candles don't even have wicks. Either way, that freaky eye for detail doesn't look so sharp anymore. There's really no version of this story where Meghan comes out looking capable. It's just bad all around. We're not talking about some high-tech invention here. It's a candle. Candles have existed for thousands of years. The formula couldn't be simpler. You need wax, you need fragrance, you need a container, and you need a wick. That's it. 4 basic parts. Yet somehow, one of the most essential pieces keeps going missing again and again. That's not a tiny mistake. That's a full-on system failure. It either means there's a major breakdown in manufacturing that nobody caught before shipping, even worse, that the company knew about the issue and shipped them anyway, hoping customers wouldn't notice or make a fuss. And if that's the case, that's not just careless, it's reckless. So what happens now?
No.
Oh no.
I literally feel my throat closing. Oh my God. Orange marmalade.
Oh no.
Tastes like crap. I actually feel sick.
What are the real consequences of selling defective luxury products at premium prices while refusing to issue refunds? Well, none of the possible outcomes look good for the brand. First off, there's the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. They deal with cases involving deceptive or unfair business practices, and selling something marketed as a candle that can't actually function as one definitely sounds like it fits their category. If enough customers start filing complaints, an official investigation could become very real.
I ordered the candle came without a wick. This is not even a stunt. I literally opened it on camera. Her candle that was $64 was not lightable, okay? It was a metaphor for her career. Nothing was igniting, nothing was lighting, there was nothing on the inside. So Meghan Markle, it's actually quite pathetic to see someone fall from grace so hard.
Right.
And let this be a cautionary tale to so many of the women out there who maybe even look up to Meghan Markle, though I don't know how you would have stumbled.
Then there's the threat of a class action lawsuit. When a bunch of people get hit with the same defective product from the same company, they can team up and take legal action together. And this situation, it checks every box those cases are built around. Same product, same issue, same ignored refunds. That's a legal storm waiting to happen. And finally, there's the Better Business Bureau, BBB. Sure, the BBB doesn't have legal power, but don't underestimate how damaging those reports can be. Bad ratings and unresolved complaints stick to a brand's name, and once that reputation starts to tank, it's almost impossible to rebuild. A flood of complaints can absolutely wreck a company's rating, and once that happens, that bad record sticks around forever. It follows the brand everywhere, no matter how much PR spin they try to throw at it. And this is where the bigger picture finally comes into focus, because this isn't just about one bad candle or a handful of frustrated buyers. It's about how a brand handles failure, or in this case, how it doesn't handle it at all. When people drop serious money on something labeled premium, they expect premium accountability. That means owning up to mistakes, fixing them fast, and treating customers with a bit of respect. What's happening here looks like the total opposite. Silence instead of solutions, auto-replies instead of real help, and a strict refund policy instead of common sense. And now, people are noticing big time. Online chatter has moved way past the missing wick issue. It's turned into a full-on debate about trust, because once customers start wondering whether a brand actually stands behind its own products, that's when the damage spreads like wildfire. Word travels fast, especially when people feel ignored or dismissed. Luxury branding runs on perception. It's not just about what you buy, it's about how it makes you feel.
$64. I paid $64 for a candle you can't light. And you know how God has a sense of humor? I was running around the house this morning looking for matches or looking for a lighter. So I literally finally found matches. Okay, we're a few minutes late filming the show. Looks like I didn't even need a match because there's nothing to light the candle. Light a candle. Okay, let me smell it. Smells like a whorehouse in Nevada. It smells no different than a Yankee candle you could get at CVS.
From the moment someone clicks checkout to when that package hits their doorstep, every part of the experience matters. But right now, that whole experience looks completely broken. From defective candles showing up at people's homes to customer service going totally quiet, the cracks are showing everywhere. And what makes this even more dangerous for the brand? The price point. When you're charging top dollar for products, your margin for error basically disappears. High-end customers expect excellence. No excuses, no shortcuts. A small slip-up that might slide for a budget brand turns into a full-blown disaster when people feel like they've paid luxury prices and gotten nothing but carelessness in return. All of this raises a bigger question. What's really going on behind the scenes? Who's actually running quality control? Who's watching production? Because from the outside, it looks like nobody's steering the ship. And that's a huge problem for a brand built on image and perfection. Who's approving these shipments? Who's actually handling customer support? These aren't minor questions. They're the foundation of any business that sells directly to people.
It's not my favorite scent. It's a very feminine scent. I will tell you, it is actually very, very feminine. It's supposed to be water, lotus, sandalwood, and California poppy. It does probably smell like Meghan Markle's bathroom at her home in Montecito, I will tell you that. But it's a no for me. I will say this. If I'm paying $64 for a candle, there better be a wick. Okay, there better be something that I can actually light. I actually think this is a joke. This has to be a prank, you guys. The candle, I will say, it's weighty. It's heavy. It doesn't feel cheap. I'll give her credit for that. It doesn't feel cheap. The problem is you can't light it, you bird brain bitch. There's nothing in here. So someone at quality control needed to control the quality because there's nothing to light.
If those systems fall apart, no fancy branding or celebrity image can hide it for long. And let's be real, this brand doesn't exist in isolation. It's tied to a very public figure, which means every slip-up gets magnified 100 times over. When your name alone drives sales, your reputation is the product. And once that reputation starts cracking, the whole business can crumble fast. We've seen this story play out before. Brands that explode out of the gate with hype and celebrity power but skip the boring, important stuff like quality checks and customer support. Then when the buzz dies down, what's left is the product itself. And if that product can't hold its own, no amount of storytelling or polished marketing can save it. Customers here aren't asking for miracles. They're asking for the bare minimum. They're not demanding special treatment or over-the-top perks. They just want candles that actually work. They want refunds when defective ones show up. They want acknowledgement, not excuses. That's basic business 101. Instead, they're getting ignored. Total silence. And that kind of frustration doesn't just fade away. It builds. Silence turns into angry reviews, then formal complaints, chargebacks, and eventually legal trouble.
Is that these products, and by the way, this candle, $64 from the Was Never website, $77.94 because we ordered it from eBay, is a dud. It's a cheap mess that you cannot light. And so Alan emailed eBay communication and he wrote, "Hello, just received the candle today. Were you aware that the candle itself has no wick?" And eBay replied saying, "Hello, my apologies. When I checked it prior to shipping, I saw a wick. You can return the item, and as soon as I receive the return, I will issue a refund." Well, there wasn't a wick. There was no goddamn wick. We're not making this up. You can't remove a wick.
Once that ball starts rolling, it gets expensive fast. What's wild is that all of this could have been handled quietly and easily early on. A recall, a public apology, a refund policy fix. Any of those steps could have slowed the damage and shown customers the brand cared. But ignoring it, that just poured fuel on the fire. Now it's no longer just about bad customer service, it's about credibility. Because once people stop believing the brand stands by its own products, it doesn't matter how glossy the marketing looks or how famous the name is. Trust is gone, and that's almost impossible to rebuild. And credibility, once it's gone, it's nearly impossible to get back. The more people come forward and share their experiences, the heavier the pressure gets. Regulators start paying attention to patterns, lawyers start watching the numbers, and consumers. They're watching how these companies behave when they think no one's paying attention. This story isn't wrapping up. It's just entering a whole new phase. And beyond potential federal oversight, there's another layer of risk that's way too easy to overlook. State-level consumer protection laws. A lot of states have strict rules about selling defective products and refusing refunds. And depending on where the company operates and where the customers live, this could trigger violations in multiple states at once. That could easily turn a bad business move into a full-blown legal nightmare. Then there's another big threat.
They never arrive without a goddamn wick, and certainly you can't just tip it upside down. It's a sticky, revolting mess of a candle. Honestly, this is a joke.
What does it smell like? Can you describe it?
Honestly, cheap and not strong either. Like, I like a strong scent, and it's not strong, and it's very soapy. I mean, this is meant to be White Lotus, Sandalwood, Californian Poppy. Our scent at home, elegant and earthy. Honestly, it's not at all. It smells like soap. Really does. And as I say, I'm a candle guy. And what's so fascinating is that this business has imploded. And it's imploded to the point where she is having to keep on pumping out her advertising. I even got a new one overnight. Well, again,
chargebacks. When customers start disputing their charges with credit card companies because they received defective products, the merchant doesn't just lose that sale, they also get slapped with penalty fees. If too many chargebacks pile up, payment processors can step in and shut the business down completely. That means no more online transactions, no more processing payments, no more sales. For a brand that relies on direct-to-consumer purchases, that's game-over territory. The legal exposure here isn't theoretical, it's real and it's serious. This isn't just about bad PR anymore. This is the kind of situation that can cause long-term financial fallout that no press release or rebranding can fix. And here's the wildest part. Despite everything that's happening right now, reports are saying Meghan Markle is still planning to expand the As Ever brand into the UK market. Yes, seriously. The same brand that's struggling to ship candles that actually function. The same company refusing refunds for defective products. It's a bold move that has people asking one huge question. How do you plan to expand internationally when your core product can't even pass the most basic test at home? The same brand whose products Netflix reportedly treated like disposable leftovers is now planning to make a grand entrance into the United Kingdom. According to insiders, Meghan genuinely believes she can grab a major slice of the UK jam and lifestyle market and beyond. She's reportedly convinced that once British shoppers get a taste of her products, they'll embrace the brand with open arms. But that belief feels completely disconnected from reality. Meghan Markle's popularity in the UK is already low, and her approval in the US isn't exactly glowing either.
This is not a joke. I'm testing Meghan Markle's new candle on my show. There's literally no wick. I just got Markle. There's literally nothing to light. Okay, there's nothing to light on here. I feel like Meghan Markle saw my name and maybe took it out. Quality control really needed to check the quality because it's out of control.
The British public has made their opinions crystal clear, and it's not the kind of feedback a brand expansion team wants to hear. And there's another serious factor she might be underestimating: the legal environment. The UK's consumer protection laws are no joke. Refund rights are stronger, regulations are tighter, and enforcement moves fast. If defective products were sold there and refunds were denied, the consequences would hit hard. We're talking fines, investigations, and possibly court orders. It's not a market that gives second chances for careless mistakes. Then comes the competition. The UK home and lifestyle market is already packed with established, trusted names, brands that have been around for years and actually deliver on quality. That includes Highgrove, the product line tied to King Charles himself, known for its elegance, craftsmanship, and genuine heritage. Competing against that level of legacy requires far more than just a celebrity name and glossy marketing. To win over British customers, a brand needs trust, consistency, and products that actually do what they're supposed to. Right now, this company can't even guarantee a working candle. So the idea that it could dominate the UK, or any market really, while struggling with basic functionality and ignoring customer complaints. It's a bold vision, but one that seems completely out of touch with what consumers expect from a true luxury brand. That kind of confidence just doesn't line up with reality. Expansion doesn't erase existing problems, it magnifies them. So, where does this leave As Ever now?
It's a piece of tat. No wonder she has hundreds and thousands of these things on the shelf.
The wickless candle fiasco isn't some random slip-up. It's just the newest chapter in a growing list of red flags. We've seen products that supposedly sold out instantly, only to have orders cancelled soon after. Constant complaints about quality issues across different items, and the total collapse of that high-profile Netflix partnership that was meant to launch the brand into stardom. At some point, these things stop looking like bad luck and start forming a pattern. And patterns are exactly what regulators, lawyers, and customers pay attention to. Second chances don't last forever. Patience wears thin, and consequences always come knocking eventually. Charging $64 for a candle that doesn't even function, refusing refunds and ignoring customer complaints. That's not luxury. That's a major warning sign. It tells buyers exactly what kind of brand they're dealing with, and it's not the image Meghan's team has been trying to sell. So now the big question is simple. Can As Ever survive this scandal? Will there be real legal fallout from all this? And maybe the most important question of all, knowing everything that's come out, would you still trust this brand with your money? Because right now, what was supposed to be a story of elegance and success is quickly turning into a case study in how not to run a luxury business. If you've been following this saga, I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the brand can bounce back? Or is this the beginning of the end? And hey, if this breakdown gave you a new perspective on what's really happening behind the scenes, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see it.